Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gebo the Shaman, and today we're talking about what happens when we have Venus placed in your second house in astrology, in your birth chart. So I am a Vedic astrologer. That means I do Vedic sidereal astrology, not tropical Western, although the same principles can be applied to both. What is Venus? So basically, Venus in the second house, we need to understand what Venus means, and then we'll talk about what the second house means, put them together, and create our own analysis from that. So, Venus, what is Venus? Venus is the planet of physical manifestation, our five senses: touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing. And so Venus has a lot to do with physical manifestation, physical things, so like your possessions. It's Venus has a lot to do with art and beauty, and that can take several various forms, so like music, art, paintings, movies, good food is an art. All kinds of things like that, like really things that get our senses tingling and things that stimulate us. So, Venus is physical manifestation. So, anyway, then we have the second house. So the second house is, traditionally the second house is ruled by Taurus, and Taurus is the second sign pertaining to the second house. So whenever you think about the second house, you can think about Taurus energy. So the second house has to do a lot with your savings, with your values, with your family, things like that. So it's second house is your savings account, like your long-term savings. This would be your net worth, things like that. And it would also have to do with your family. And so second house is your family, your values. So it's like what values you get from your family. So, for example, if your family was raised to be, was full of politicians, you would value politics. It's just different for everybody. And of course, you're going to look at the house that's placed here, so that's important. The house that's placed here, or the sign that's placed here, rather. So if it's Taurus, it's gonna be, you'll value money, you'll value luxury, things like that. If it's like Cancer, you're going to value emotional connection, things like that. So that's the second house, and then we have Venus in the second house. And now Venus in the second house pretty much is the same thing. Taurus is ruled by Venus, therefore we have similar Venus energy in this house, because it's ruled by Venus and Venus is placed here. So the first thing is that this is a very positive placement. If you have Venus in the second house, that means that you are going to, experience a strong savings account. You'll have like some inheritance or, something to, you always have money in the bank pretty much. So there's that. So it kind of is a positive in regards to that there's no malefic effect here. It's Venus is exalted in the second house. It does very well here. So what else? This represents your family. So you might have a very good relationship with your family. Your family might be materialistic. Of course, this is going to be depending on the sign that's placed here. You can't just judge something based on the planet that's placed here, but just, know that you need to look at the sign that's placed here too. And then we have, so your family might be a little bit materialistic or, wealthy or, something like that, or kind of passing down the values of wealth, so like this kind of gives a sense that you have a high value for luxury, for luxurious goods, for you value materialistic things. You value pretty much what others like. I don't know, it's just a very kind of superficial placement, in my opinion. You would value like wanting to keep up with the Joneses, wanting to have as much as everybody else. Like you value like physical goods and things like that. Like physical, like luxury items and things like that. The other thing is that you, this Venus placement is aspecting your 8th house. And so you might have, it kind of, what it does is it kind of tames down the 8th house. So not only is your 2nd house empowered, but also your 8th house. So your 8th house is basically the house of your shared finances, your shared assets. So like if you and your spouse have a joint investment, real estate or 401k or some kind of investment account, that's the 8th house. So when Venus is looking at the 8th house, it 8th house can be kind of troublesome. It is a Dastana house, meaning that it is it has a little bit of a malefic effect, But with Venus aspecting this calms Mars down. So 8th house is ruled by Mars, and Venus basically calms Mars down. So it's like the malefic effects of your 8th house are going to be lessened by Venus being in your 2nd house. So, yeah, let me see how I am on time. Yep, that does it for me. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to share for today. So yeah, thanks. And if you are, thanks for watching, and if you're interested in anything that I have to offer, I have my courses, products, services, everything that I have to offer is on sale, so you can check that out at gebotheshaman.com. And I have my Vedic Astrology certification course available right now, and the certification course basically walks you through step A through step Z of how I do an astrology reading, and I'm always getting, compliments and good feedback about how I, do my readings and stuff. It's a very, very unique perspective on Vedic astrology, so yeah, and so I'll teach you how to do that, and then when you pass my test, you can actually get your own website from me. So I'll basically create your own website and give that to you and so you can start getting clients. You can start getting astrology clients and work as a Vedic astrologer. Alright, and then I have my Vedic astrology readings. So those readings are basically good for, I have my standard reading that I give everybody, and then I have readings where I go into depth about your career and relationships and things like that. And yeah, so it's a pretty good opportunity there to get an astrology reading from me. Alright, and then we have the birth time rectification. So the birth time rectification is basically, I basically ask you some basic questions, and I can nail your birth time down to the span of 1 minute. So a lot of astrologers can't even do that. But, with my service, my Vedic birth time rectification, basically I get that down to the span of 1 minute, and, there's not a lot of astrologers that can do that, and I do take my time with it, so it'll take a while before I give that result to you. But yeah, and if you get that birth time rectification from me, it also includes a Vedic astrology reading, so that's a double incentive. Alright, and then we have the distance energy healing, so that's good for people who have, any problems with their health, whether that be physical, mental, emotional, anything like that. And basically I tap into your higher self and I help you to align with that healing energy. So, and then we have the Qigong courses. So these are great courses to, really align your energy with your higher self and to become more empowered within yourself. Basically, this amplifies the power of your soul. to shine more brightly in this 3D world. Alright, and then we have the career coaching and life coaching. So, you basically, it's if you're struggling with like not knowing what to do or being confused about your path and purpose in this life, then I would strongly recommend you getting a career coaching from me, because that'll help you to figure your life out and find out what you want to do in life. And then we have the Qigong courses and the ritual magic courses. I strongly recommend that you go to my Patreon and subscribe for this one. That's the Self-Transformation Challenge, and it's very powerful. You can see me doing some yoga there. That course combines yoga, Qigong, and meditation, and the new lightning power of the heart center. The Qigong for that. So it is very powerful stuff. Alright, and there's multiple tiers there. There's multiple levels. So yeah, I have level 2 and level 3 out now. And yeah, so I think, well, level 2 for sure I have out now. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and we will talk to you next time. Peace.